Good morning. I'm headed to Crouch's. Boy, I look tired, because I am tired. Headed to Crouch's, gonna get some feed, gonna go back to the house, unload that. Then I'm gonna go to the farm and get started for the day. I think we're gonna bale and wet wrap some hay. I think we got about 15, 18 acres we gotta do today. So, get that knocked out and we'll see what the next plan is. Hopefully by then it's raining. Well, here it is. Old Crouchies. Run in here, pay my bill, get some feed loaded, move on with the day. Appreciate the guys at Crouch. They give us great service and they usually have everything we need in stock. So there he is. Farina salesman extraordinaire right there.
How can I help you, sir?
JD got me all loaded up. We got her strapped down. We're gonna head to the house with it. That one's leaning a little bit, but that'll be all right. We ain't going far. So we're only about 6 minutes from here. Well, looky there. It's all the nosy nosers. Come up and get a drink, girls? Well, we'll get these unstrapped, get them unloaded, get them in the shed. All right, well, that's done. So, 2 super sacks of feed in the shed. Dory will be happy now. So, Dory is my herdsman at the house. She keeps an eye on everybody. She feeds everybody. The only thing she doesn't do is feed hay. And if she was not afraid of the tractor, she would probably be able to do that too. I don't know if it's so much afraid of the tractor as it is having to open and close gates and stuff like that with cows right in front of you. So she worries about them getting out, which is, I get it. But yeah, so I farmed with Dad and pretty much told Dory, I said, these cows and calves and stuff at the house, they're gonna have to be your responsibility because I just don't have the time every day to be able to make sure that they're fed on time. But she's like clockwork, man. She feeds them cows every day right on time. Same thing when we have bottle calves. Those calves get fed. I mean, it's like 7 and 4:30, like every single day. They're gonna get fed. So she's really good at what she does, and I really do trust her intuition when it comes to like sickness, calves not being quite right, or problems with calving. Like, she's got a really good eye. It's that maternal instinct that I don't have, which I really appreciate. I don't know how guys farm without a good wife behind them. I really don't. We're gonna run a little feed off for the girls. Check on everybody. There's some steers in this group ready to come out. You okay, girls? Such pretties. 310's one of my favorites. They're all my favorites, but she's one of my top favorites. And MO8 right there. Just giving everybody a little peek, see? Everybody's healthy. Well, we ran some feed off to 3 groups. Got eyes on everybody. Everybody's happy, healthy. Calves are growing good. Oh, we are gonna run to the Parson place and we're gonna grab a load of hay, take back to High Hope. We bought some hay from a neighbor. It's always really good quality stuff. So, and I told him the other day, I seen him at the gas station. I said, let me know when you got it, because we're probably gonna buy everything you got. And he said, okay. So he called me, so he's got about about 140 bales on the ground ready to roll. So we're going to head over there and start pulling some of that out of there. We're going to take probably 40 bales to High Hope, and then we're going to take the rest of it to Twin Creeks. So we're going to dry wrap that outside so that it keeps a little bit better. But I'll head there and try to figure out this fancy tractor that he's got. Dad says it's a little interesting to learn how to use the gears and forward and reverse and all that stuff. So that's probably nothing I can't figure out. Well, here we are. This is some primo stuff right here. Look at that. That's some clean hay. Cows are gonna like that this winter. Get the trailer set up. Oh, it's coming in here, that power line. I hope I can get underneath that. That's gonna be snug. That was there last year like that. All right. This requires 2 hands. Well, got trailer set up. I'm gonna try to figure out this tractor. It is sure windy. It must be gonna storm today. I hope this depression comes through. We get about 1.5 inches out. 1.5 inches of rain. That would be really nice. That'll make our corn crop for the year. So. See what we're working with here. Ooh. Coyote. I've never ran a Coyote. This should be fun. Nice shape. Nice tractor. I guess it's the 2nd year with it. Well, that worked out. Shannon took the key with him, and I couldn't get the cab, so I called him, and he says, well, I'm about 20 minutes away. I'll just come over there and load for you. And I said, well, sweet. I'll sit here and watch you work. So we're going to video him loading up a load of hay. There he goes, sticking the last bale on there. It's a good looking load of hay right there. Almost like he knew what he was doing. So we'll throw some Bluetooth straps on there and to the farm we'll go. Well, that's going to be it for me today hauling hay. That's load number 4. We're going to take that to Twin Creeks. I got 2 loads to High Hope, 1 load to Johnson. This one will go to Twin Creeks. And I got about 8 more loads here to pick up to take to Twin Creeks. But we're going to call it a wrap on the hay moving today. It's been off and on, thunderstorms, raining. I mean, it's gorgeous out right now. But you look back to the south right there, it is dark, dark. So we had 20 acres of hay on the ground. There really wasn't a whole lot to it. Dad was going to bale it earlier. It got rained on. He fluffed it with the tedder. Then it got rained on again. So I think we just throw in our hands at this point. So that probably ain't going to be no good after this. Speaking of the devil, there's Dad now. Answer this quick. Sorry about that. Dad called. Wanted to discuss a couple things for tomorrow. I don't even know what day it is. What's today? Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. So, thoughts on wherever, yep, there we go. I found it. Thoughts on the Coyote. I really like this little tractor. Turning radius on it's iffy. The controls are actually pretty nice. The cab's got a lot of room in it. It's comfortable. I will say the ride on it's really comfortable. Now this ground right here is not terribly rough, but the ride on it is actually pretty good. My only kind of pet peeve is the selector for the forward reverse. My legs are kind of long, so if I'm in reverse and if I pick my leg up to hit the clutch or something, I might hit the selector and knock it back in the neutral. The other thing I don't like is there is actually a neutral disconnect on the gear selector, which is awesome for just disengaging to go forward to reverse. It kind of aggravating when you're trying to do loader work, because it'd be nice if that button was actually on the joystick for the loader, so then you could just feather that tractor in and out of gear to like pick up hay or do loader work with your bucket or whatever. So I end up using the clutch more than I end up using that little disconnect button. But AC blows cold. It's got plenty of power. It's quiet. I would say all in all, if you were in the market for a moderately priced tractor, I would say take a look at a Coyote. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's, the same quality as a Kubota, but for an entry-level tractor, a cab tractor no less, with a pretty nice loader and a decent ride, plenty of power, I would say it's a pretty dang good option. Well, that hay's unloaded. That's a good job done. That's about 2 weeks worth of hay we moved around. So, ending my day here at Twin Creeks. I usually try to start my day or end my day on this farm, and figure while I was here I kind of maybe just show you this pretty view and kind of give you a little story about this place. And I'm gonna do my best to not get choked up while I'm talking about it, because this place means a lot to me. So about 3 years ago, it would have been, I guess it would have, no, been 2 years ago in March, I was working for a equipment company between Saluda and here, well, the other side, and went to go get some food for me and Dory one night, and just happened to be coming down this road, and seeing there was a for sale sign out by this farm. And I said, man, that sure is a pretty place. So I trespassed and I jumped the fence and I walked down here to this spot. So there's this tree right here, and it looks a little rough right now just because it's been dry and everything, but there's an old well right here. And I stood at this spot, and it didn't look near as good then as it does now. My dad has invested, it was just an absolute pile of money into this place to get it right, and we're still working on it, and just a lot of time and effort and sweat and tears. But I stood in this spot right here and I said, God, this place has got to stay a farm, and it would sure be cool if we could own this place. Well, sent it to Dad. Dad called the realtor the next day. 3 days later, we're touring this place. A week later, he made an offer, and 45 days later, we owned it. The timing of it was just right. There's still a lot of work to be done here, but I love this place. Every time I step onto this property, it feels like home. And I hope someday I can build a house here for me and Dory. But this is where I want to be planted at the end of my days, right here on this hill. This is where I'd like to be, have my ashes spread. So if you're ever driving down Highway 39 and you're going through Chapels in South Carolina, and you come across a big orange sign at the road that says Twin Creeks, The Heights, High Hope Farms, whichever you notice first, and you just happen to see me sitting underneath that tree right there, don't come get me. I've heard people talk about their bleed out spot. That's mine right there, that tree, under that tree right there. So till next time, y'all take it easy.